Bum 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 bum. I got it wrong. I can't keep going. Hey, welcome back. It's part 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Castle Monster Coliseum LIBRA mod. It's a long title. If you made it this far after me getting beat up by Taya for 2 parts, congratulations. Yeah, you may notice there's no chat on screen. There's no timer. There's no me. It's just gameplay now. That's how my videos usually are. Your suspicions are correct. The birthday streams are over. Thank God. But yeah, it's been they've been over for a little bit. I think they've been over for a couple weeks now. I'm just now getting to recording this. I was it ended up being 71 days and 250 hours, which is nuts. I'm happy to return back to normalcy, at least normal for me. Cool.
I see you're dueling well, Yugi. Grandpa. But let's see
Grandpa.
how you do against me.
It's just so disconnected.
I won't be able to let my guard down for a second. This is going to be my toughest duel yet. That's right. I may be old, but with age comes experience and knowledge. Now why don't we begin, Yugi? All right. It's time to duel.
2 very different energies going into this duel. I miss Grandpa's voice actor. I think he passed away, but it's always been a good one. It's like, hello, Yuki. It's time to duel. Yeah, I released part 1 of Capsule Monster Coliseum LIBRA mod. I released part 1 on Monday from when I'm recording, and it's Sunday now. But yeah, people seem to like it. I think there is a pretty decent market for modded Yu-Gi-Oh games, but specifically the PS2 games and Falsebound Kingdom tend to do really well for whatever reason. I do think it's funny. I just think it's very interesting. 350, huh? Okay, not leave me with a lot here. Again, like I know the game wants me to do like a bunch of different monsters, but I just want to do strong monsters. I don't want to weaken myself. And yet, I might have to. This seems like a bad idea. I feel like I should not bring one of these. Because I just don't have enough different monsters here. Or I feel like instead of bringing... If I'm going to go with like only 3 anyway, I might as well make the 3rd pretty beefed up. Let's see. Go Baby Dragon. Sure. What's the worst that could happen here? I lose. But yeah, we're back. I haven't played this game in particular in a little bit, but like enough of it. Like I've played this game enough without the mod, like which isn't that much. Like I've tried to get in this game a couple times. I don't think I beat it until I played it for my channel a couple years ago when I played like the vanilla version to completion. That was quite a few years ago now, actually. I think that was like 2018, something like that. Like half of my channel's lifetime ago. But I think that was the first time I beat the game. But I played the beginning a lot.
It's time to start.
I hate that he doesn't say duel. Let's see, plus 20, plus 85, plus 40. All right, we want to go with you. Because that'll give me a better bonus next time. That's fine. I do think this is going to be a tough one. 3 on 5 is not great, but I think we can pull through. My hope is that Shovel Crusher and Gear Golem will be strong enough on their own to just kind of get through this. But I would be lying if I said I'm not very excited for when the game eventually catches up and I can like actually use more monsters. Alright, summon you guys out. It's like, it's annoying too, because what this game ultimately comes down to is it's basically a form of chess. And I'm not that good at chess. I'm good at SRPGs. which are strategy RPGs. Like I'm good at Fire Emblem, XCOM, Digimon Survive. The problem with all of those games is the early game is when I'm the weakest, because I like to go really aggro. Like I like to go and try and like just bum rush the enemy as fast as I can, and that doesn't really work in this game, not at the level I'm at. So I kind of screw myself over a little bit, but it's fine, right? It's fine. What could go wrong? I'm gonna move you up 1, I think, so I can have more options after. I'll move you here, okay. And then I think Baby Dragon can do something here. That's aggravating. So if I move here, I forget, Karibo, your diagonal move. Okay, so if I move here, Karibo can attack, but Karibo can only move diagonally. So if I move here, it can also attack me, but it won't be able to attack me from these 2 spots. Actually, can you attack 2? You can. Oh, so it can, actually. Karibo is actually kind of fucking annoying. I guess if I move... No, I don't really think there's a spot I can move to not... I mean, the answer is to not move, because then Karibo can't attack anyone. But that's just so counter to, like, how I play. I don't like sitting in one spot. No. I hate this. I could even move back a little bit, but I don't think that's going to really solve things for me either. But I forgot Baby Dragon's, like, really bad attack range. Like, it can move a lot, but not being able to attack over 2 spaces, regardless of which direction it is kind of bad. Alright, we'll end it here. Speaking of XCOM, I recently bought a refurbished PS3 because I'm kind of the mind where it's like, this is probably the last kind of chance to grab a PS3 and not like pay out the ass for it, because you know the PS3 is 2 generations away now, and so like I was like, I'll buy it now because I could just buy one on Amazon for like $200. I think it was like $185 or something like that for what I got it for. But and I was like, that's fine, right? I'm just, because like the PS3 I've had, it's one of the it's the last model, the Slim, but it is kind of old because it was like I got it like as soon as it was available, and you know, not for nothing, I did drop it on more than one occasion. I dropped it on the first place, like within the first year I got it, and then on top of that, I also I also dropped it when I was moving at least once. So I'm like, okay, well this thing isn't gonna last forever. And like the last time I was using it, it was running really, really slow. So I was like kind of preparing to like, you know, deal with the consequences if I need to trade it in, or if I need to get a new one. So I'm like, I'll just get a new one just in case. Then of course, as I'm like transferring my stuff over, my old PS3 is like running perfectly. I'm like, yeah, you would, you motherfucker. Like, now that you know you're getting replaced, like you would fucking run with that issue now. Which I thought was funny. But but yeah, I downloaded a bunch of PS3 exclusives, or ones that have like trophy lists that I've never finished. Like for instance, I never went for the original XCOM Platinum, like XCOM Enemy Unknown, the first one of like the new generation. Because I know there's older ones. There's like UFO Defense and stuff. There are ones from like the fucking 80s, 90s, wherever the fuck they came out. But like the modern XCOM, there's really only a couple of them. There's XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is like the first new one. There's Enemy Within, which is like the same game, but with a bunch of added stuff, like added mechanics and added missions and enemy types and stuff like that. So that's like the definitive way to play. And I did platinum that version. And then there's XCOM 2, which is also really good, and I've platinumed that. XCOM 2 is actually my most rare platinum of all 264 I have. And then there's XCOM, I think it's called Enemy Unknown Plus, and it's for the Vita, but it's just Enemy Within, which is confusing. So it's like, it has the name of the older one, but by all accounts and all gameplay, it plays like the second version of the first one. If you can't follow me, that's fine. Blame it on Fire Access, not me. But I'm working on the Vita Platinum. They all largely have the same kind of trophy list, which is beat the game on Iron Man mode, either classic or impossible, and then beat the game on impossible. So I've been the reason I never went for the original XCOM Platinum is that there's a trophy for winning a multiplayer match, I forget how I did it on. Oh no, I don't forget. I did it on the PS5 or for XCOM 2 because they have the same trophy. I think I did it because XCOM 2 is free on PS Plus, and I just asked someone else to like let me win a match against them, and they did. I think I got Carlos to do it actually. But yeah, I was so that was the problem with this too. But then I was like, oh wait, I currently have 2 functioning PS3s, and PS3 online was free. You didn't have to like pay for PS Plus. So I just used an alt account, and I just like fought against myself, and I won. So then I was like, yeah, cool. So like I now I can platinum it because there's no more like blockers, which is really cool. So I've been working on that. I actually just finished my Iron Man Classic run this morning. Iron Man, by the way, because I've said it a couple times, does not mean you get to wear a mech suit and like fire lasers and stuff. Although you can do that in Enemy Within and in XCOM 2. Actually, I don't think XCOM 2 has mech suits, but you can do it in XCOM Enemy Within. You can get a mech suit with rocks. It's really fun. But I didn't do that. Or no, so you can't do it in the version I'm playing though. And I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah, so Iron Man is it just means that you have one save. You can't save on your own. The only way you can save is like save and quit the game. And it will auto save every turn. So basically you have to play the game and just like live with your consequences. Or and I did this both with XCOM 2 and Enemy Within, and I just did it with Enemy Unknown. You can just dashboard out because the game autosaves at the beginning of your turn. So then you have your turn, you move all of your soldiers, and then the enemy goes and they move all of theirs. Then it autosaves again. So if you fuck up on your turn, or if the enemy like kills or maims one of your soldiers, and you're like, well, I didn't like that one bit, then you can just start over. You can just dashboard out and it'll take you back to the last save. Now, that is definitely cheating. I would call it more of an exploit because I didn't put in a code or I didn't hack the files. I'd call it an exploit. So it is an exploit. But being able to only operate within one turn is not as good as it sounds. Like, because you can accidentally fuck yourself like 2 or 3 turns before, and then it's like, oh, I'm really like, there's no way for me to get out of the situation, which did happen a couple times during that playthrough. So like there were definitely some times where I'm like, oh, I'm in pretty deep shit here, and there's nothing I can do about it. But it's not always. Okay, let me see. How do these move? Move to attack 1, so they can and will probably attack Baby Dragon. This one can't do anything though. So as long as I stay, so let's see, if I move you here, then I can get attacked by this one, but not if I move here, right? I'm not checking Cockroach Knight yet. I know I should be, but it's pretty far back. Move to attack 1, yes, the same movement. Yeah, so the only one in danger here is Baby Dragon, but I don't think they can, only one of them can hit it, and I don't think they'll win because I think there's a type thing going on here. I constantly forget. Oh no, wait, they have the advantage against Baby Dragon. I am in a fire tile though, so that might help a little bit. I don't think they'll one-shot it, so I think we'll be fine. Also, what am I gonna do? It's too late. But yeah, I fucking love XCOM. There is so I mentioned there's four platinums. Or, I'm sorry, there's really 5, but I mentioned 4 of them. There are 4 like classic XCOM style games, and then there's one called, I think it's called Bureau Declassified. I think it has XCOM in the name though, but it's more of like it plays like Mass Effect, like it's a third-person shooter, but it's done in the XCOM universe. I've only played it for like 10 or 20 minutes. This wasn't vibing with it at the time, but I do still own the disc. So I could theoretically get all 5 platinums for the XCOM series, and the idea of that excites me greatly. I think that would be so fucking cool. So that's currently my plan. I'm gonna try and get through. I don't think I'm gonna do it all at once. Like even having, I think I'm gonna try and do my Impossible run for Enemy Unknown, and then the only thing I have left after that is just to win a match with all female soldiers, which like isn't that hard, but you can't change the gender of the soldiers in the game, which rude. But you can in XCOM 2, I think. But and then the other one is to cure poison on 5 soldiers in one match, which is ridiculous and will never happen naturally. you'll have to like purposely poison yourself and then heal it. But I didn't bother going for those ones during my Iron Man run because like it's too risky. I did do the trophy for winning a match with one soldier, which was risky, and I shouldn't have fucking done it because I was doing it the same time I was trying to beat the game with only one. Or with one soldier being in every single mission, so I had to use the soldier I was using for that, and that was stressful because I was like, I'm pretty in trouble here if I mess this up, but it wasn't too hard. So I think what I'm gonna do here, I think I can move Shovel Crusher to block the other moth, so I might be able to. Baby Dragon might be able to just kill here. But yeah, it's been fun. I went from like 55% of the trophies in XCOM to like 86% in like one run, and I only have 4 trophies left. The one that's gonna suck about that one, and I think the original one has this trophy, is you have to win a game from all 5 of the starting continents. So minimum you need to do 5 playthroughs, and I'm like, that's gross. That's too many playthroughs. I don't want to do that. But it shouldn't be too bad. And like I could have tried to look for my old save. Like it might have been in the cloud somewhere, but I was like, I don't care. So I just started a fresh save because I was like, it's, because I think I played the original Xbox, or I played the original XCOM on like my first PS3. So who the fuck knows if that save data is anywhere. But it's been a good time. But like I said, I think I'm gonna take a break. I think like I started my impossible run, but like I forgot that like going back to like bare bones equipment and everything like that sucks. So I don't want to do it, but I'll get through it. But yeah, it's been fun. The other game that so it's funny because I gave up on it because I was like, when am I going to do a multiplayer match? And I was like, oh, it turns out not that difficult. But I think I'm gonna what was I gonna say? It's gonna be fun. There's one other game that has a multiplayer, or has 2 multiplayer trophies that I'm gonna try and boost while I have the chance, and you're not gonna believe what game it is. It's Naughty Bear. If anyone remembers Naughty Bear, the one where it was like that Manhunt, the PS2 game, but like with like teddy bears, effectively. It was like a serial killing teddy bear. Only rated T, by the way, because teddy bears. Even though that game is very fucked up. But it seems like it'd be a funny platinum to have. So I think because I bought a second copy of Naughty Bear because I still have mine. This was the first thing I bought on eBay in quite some time, and I was just like, because like I couldn't find the disc anywhere else, and there's like no digital version of Naughty Bear. So I knew this was gonna happen, by the way, and I'm fine with it because I think the other 2 can easily take on Cockroach Knight. But but yeah, it's. So I bought a second copy of Naughty Bear for $10, which I think is fine. It's like, Nick, are you gonna spend $10 on a platinum? And I'm like, I mean, for the bit, yes, but also because it's a funny story. So some of the copies of Naughty Bear are pretty expensive because like PS3 games, like I said, the whole reason I bought my console is like we're on the cusp of these games becoming impossible to get. So I'm like, I might as well try and track down all the games that I want now, and I did, for what it's worth. I think there's only like one game that I might still want, but I'm undecided on it yet. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, I think for the most part, I have a good idea, or I have like all the games that I'd want on the PS3 that are like PS3 exclusive. So, but I was looking through the copies. It's like $50, 50 this, and it's like, oh, it comes with the case and the manual. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. I just need the disc. Tried looking on GameStop. GameStop has it listed for $20, but they don't have any in stock because of course they don't. So then I finally, I found a copy, and the case 100% was chewed up by a dog. The case looks disgusting, and it's like obviously in bad shape. It's obviously like not a good like situation, but but the game itself looks fine. It's a Blu-ray disc, so like you can't really scratch up the discs unless you're like trying. I know we're gonna lose Baby Dragon here, but Gear Golem should be able to take out Cockroach Knight without any issue, which is my main point, or my main goal. But so it's so funny. Like I just like, so I was like, yeah, I'll pay $10 for a Naughty Bear game. Whatever, who cares? It'll be really funny because I think it's gonna be a weird platinum. I think I might stream, or not stream. I think I'll record my playthrough of Naughty Bear because it's such a stupid game.
You have more respect for the elderly?
No, fuck you. You ruined my economy, boomer. Get out of here. All right. Cool. I guess he didn't, right? He's in Japan. He ruined Japan's economy. But yeah. So there are 2 other games I bought on eBay, and these ones I am less excited about how much they cost. So some of you may know this. Maybe some of you don't. They before Spider-Man for PS4, like before we had Marvel Spider-Man on PS4 and Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales, those like really, really good Insomniac Spider-Man games, like those like 10 out of 10 Insomniac Spider-Man games, or 9 out of 10 at the very least. We used to there used to be more Spider-Man games. Like,
You're going to lose, Yugi.
bro, you have 20 HP. What do you mean? But yeah, there used to be a lot more Spider-Man games. Like, they were cranking them out because Activision owned the license. Activision of now pretty much just Call of Duty fame. But they used to make other games. as Tony Hawk fans will tell you, they used to make other games. And they made a bunch of different Spider-Man games. I think they might have made all of them pre-Marvel Spider-Man. But the ones in particular I'm thinking of are that there was like 5 that came out for the PS3. There's Spider-Man 3, based on the movie, which I think also came out on the PS2. There's Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which is like you can make different choices and stuff like that, and it affects the story. No platinum for that game because it came out before platinums existed, but there are achievements on it, 360. Then there's Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which I did play a decent amount of, but I don't think I ever beat it.
How about letting your grandpa win?
Oh, sorry, it's too late, Gramps. We'll get more back to the Spider-Man conversation in a second. Also, first try, let's go. Look what I can do when I don't have to pay attention to a chat. I told you I was built different. I can't use chat or streaming as an excuse anymore, but also I want to celebrate how much better I play without them. It's all those like little small nuances where it's like it's like I actually know when to like not advance, and I just like had that like nuance is just completely gone when I'm streaming because I'm just like trying to rush through it because I'm like I don't want to sit too long or it gets boring. I don't give a shit about that in the video. Who cares?
I know, but I promise to defeat my... I'll hold you to your promise, Yugi. Good luck.
Alright, I won't skip the dialogue.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, I needed to beat all of it. I needed to beat at least his Exodia piece because I think that's the only way to get it. You can try to like just go after his pawn there because it is a pretty small map. But like, I don't know. I think that's my favorite map. Not for like the tile switching stuff. That stuff's whatever. But I really like the how small it is because it kind of just turns into a slugfest, which I appreciate. Why couldn't your Karibo be a higher level? What the fuck? Also, why couldn't you have a larva moth instead of a teat moth? I think someone does drop larva moth. That might be Weevil. So you can skip having to level up petite moth. Anyway, back to Spider-Man. So there was I said Web of Shadows. Then there was I think they made 6 games. Yeah, because there's Spider-Man 3, Web of Shadows, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Edge of Tomorrow, or Edge of Time, not Edge of Tomorrow, that's a movie. And then there's Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I think all of them except Web of Shadows and Spider-Man 3 have platinums. So I got like 60% of the trophies in Shattered Dimensions. It's like one of my like higher ones that like I didn't finish. Usually if I don't finish a platinum, the trophy percentage is around like 25%. I'm like, whatever. But the ones that are like 50, 60, 70%, I look at them and I'm like, I should really just finish that. Like Uncharted 1 on PS3, I've been at 91% for that game and the Attack on Titan game for, I don't know, a decade, 5 to 10 years between the two of them. And I'm just like, I need to finish them at some point and I don't want to. I think Final Fantasy 13 is up there too, because fuck the weapon accessory trophy. There he is. Speak of the devil. Let's check the shop though, because we're in a new area. But yeah, it's so I ended up I was like, let me look up how much Shattered Dimensions is, because that was the one I wanted to focus on, because that's the one I had like the most progress in. So I was like, okay, well let me look up how much this is, and then I look it up, and it's it's like $220 on Amazon, and I was like, excuse me?
Yes, I won a few battles and accumulated monster points.
It's weird that he didn't say MP.
True, I've gathered a bunch of new monsters for you. Before I forget, I have to tell you that the monsters you can get from me won't always be the same. I recommend examining the monsters closely.
What does he mean by that?
Okay, so which monsters should I get?
Where would the fun in that be, Yuki?
What's the fun in telling you everything?
I wrote this game.
Check them out for yourself.
Those Haas are spaced too weird.
Oh, one more thing. If you have monsters you no longer need,
Yeah, you can sell.
Select
Yep.
and
I see.
I guess I could do that. There's some monsters I don't plan on
you
using.
like to do?
I I frequently will quote that because it's so funny, because the line read on it is so good. What would you like to do? It's so good. Also, I hope I synced up the audio correctly, or that's not going to be as impressive. We'll buy Time Wizard for sure. We'll buy Left Leg of the Forbidden One. I think I don't have this one. Oh, we'll definitely buy Summon Skull. I forgot you'd buy Summon Skull. Hell yeah. I know we have an electric deck, but all the cool monsters in this game are either light or dark, which is a design failure, in my opinion. So was that Petite Moth again, or Larva Moth? It was Petite, okay. Like, they didn't really give me any good new, like, electric monsters. Also, I don't understand how they have different stats, because I don't think they do. I think he lied to me about that. I think they're all just level 1 versions of the same monsters with no additional XP. That's my interpretation of this. Okay. Let's, how do I, like... Oh, enter. Here we go. What would you like to do? Sell some monsters I don't want. Firegrass can go. I will keep Steel Score. I don't need all of these. Hold on. Let's look for the ones with the most XP. Just one has XP. Okay. Well. Although, actually, it's not going to let me use more of them. That's interesting. I wonder if it's because they're, like, not equipped or whatever. Why does this feel like it's selling for more than it should? Oh, no, it's just showing me my current MP. Okay. It's like, that should not be worth 1,000.
What would you like to do?
Okay. Sorry, I keep moving my microphone. I'm trying to decide where I want. My neck is kind of bothering me. I have to lean down slightly for this, but I really should just, like, correct my posture, just, like, move my microphone for it, but that means, like, slightly sitting back, which feels weird. Okay. Level 4? Alright, you can stay. I'll keep the other one, too, but I don't need Flame Viper anymore. Use you in for that. We'll keep both of the Cerebros. I don't think I need Feral Imp. Okay, so that's 2 Exodia pieces. Wait, what happened to the arm? Didn't I? Oh, okay. That makes sense. La Leone can stay. Petite Moth can fuck off. Put in Summon Skull. Happy Lover, I guess, can stay because level 2. Fire Reaper's not bad. Lamoon's not bad. Cockroach Knight's not bad. I'll just keep these for now. That's fine. Actually, who else did I buy? Didn't I buy a good one? I guess not. Okay. Cool. Hopefully, I can start leveling these guys up. I forget. What is it? Let me Google this real quick. I forget what it is for Time Wizard and... hold on. Yeah, I forget what Time Wizard and Baby Dragon take. Level 3 Time Wizard. Level 5 Baby Dragon. What? What? Okay. I should be leveling up the Exodia pieces, but I kind of don't want to. I feel like I've done that before. I've made Exodia before, and he is good, but I'm just like, you know, just so much effort. I'll keep him in just in case. Like, if I have room, I might as well include an Exodia piece, but, you know, not going to prioritize it. I do kind of want to prioritize Thousand Dragon, though, because I don't think I've used one before. I forget when you get the last Exodia piece, but it is pretty deep into the game, so It's not as easy to level one up as you'd think it would be. Okay. We'll save again just because I did that. I will try and level up Summon Skull. I don't think he's that good, but it is Summon Skull and he's rad as hell, so you'll forgive me if I feel inclined to use him. Cool. Let's start the next one. I'll continue the Spider-Man story, I swear. But this game is rudely interrupting me. Seems like I can't access Area 1 anymore. That's interesting. I don't know what order I want to fight these guys in. I guess we'll do Weevil for now. I do believe that, if I remember correctly, Weevil is, I think this area is one of the best areas to transform into Great Moth or Perfectly Altered Great Moth, because it's like, there's a lot of like very heavy forest tiles in here. So, if you are trying to go for Great Moth or Petite Moth, Larva Moth, etc., this is the stage to do it. I think, if I remember correctly, I did grind this out with using a second memory card. I don't remember how, because it's been a while, but you can just grind out your monsters in like multiplayer if you want to, because you keep XP in multiplayer. That's right, it's all dark. Give me that Weevil voice.
Yuki, I can't believe you're challenging me. I'm gonna squash you like a bug.
Which you would think he wouldn't want to do because he likes bugs, but...
Long time no see.
It is good to know my Weevil voice is still kind of good.
Yuki, if you want to get your grubby little hands on the tournament title, you'll have to go through me.
One of those things where as a kid I was like, Weevil's annoying, and as an adult I'm like, that Weevil voice is really good. Like, he is annoying, but he's intentionally annoying.
Then that's what I'll do, Weevil. I'll take you on any time, any place.
How about right now, right here?
That's fine with me. It's time to duel.
Why do you say it in this cutscene but not when you start the game? Who fucked this up? Let me get a look at Weevil's monsters before we go too far here. Oh, cool. We're in water. Nice. Oh, no. Weevil's in water. Oh, that's interesting. I think he usually starts on the other side. I might be misremembering. I feel like he usually starts in the deep forest area. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Happy Lever is only 30 MP? Jesus, that's actually really good. What the fuck? Boy, you're going to cost a lot, huh? Actually, you cost less than Gear Gold in the Moving Fortress, which is pretty funny. Alright, these two... Actually, 500 MP is not too bad. I can work with this a little bit. I mean, another Shovel Crusher would be nice, but I don't know if that's the best choice here. I feel like I should diversify a little bit. But do I need to? Do I really need to? We'll throw Time Wizard out there. Yeah, I will do another Shovel Crusher. Then we got 47 left. I'll just do one of the Cerebros. Who has more XP? 68. 23. Here you are. Yeah, you know what? 5 out of 6, not bad. Okay, so the MP's starting to not be as hard here. I think I can win with this. So yeah. I was looking for Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and I was like, why is this so expensive? And I found out it's because when Activision lost the rights to the Spider-Man games, which I did not know happened. Like, it's something that, like, in hindsight makes sense. Where I'm like, oh wait, yeah, of course they did. How else would Insomniac have made a Spider-Man game? Like, how else would PlayStation have taken over? So Insomniac lost the rights. Not Insomniac, sorry, Activision lost the rights, and Insomniac took over. But because of that, with Activision no longer have the rights and IP being the way it is, they had to pull all of their Spider-Man games from like digital storefronts and stop selling them. Like they lost the rights, I think, in like 2015, 2014. I think it was like right after releasing a game. Like I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2 is like their last game they released. And they like just stopped releasing them at that point. I'm like, that's kind of wild. Okay. Time Wizard gives a good amount of AP. Gear Golem actually gives a surprising amount. Greba. Okay, let's do Gear Golem. And then I think the only ones I can do is Karibo at this point. That's fine though. But yes, they lost the rights. They pulled the game from storefronts. Like, for instance, Shattered Dimensions used to just be on Steam, but it got pulled along with all the other games.
This duel is going to be so much fun.
For what it's worth, I did see a Twitter thread. I think literally I brought this up to Carlos like the day of, and then he sent me a thread of someone who had like a Google Drive link of all of the Spider-Man games from Activision for PC. Literally posted the same day, and I was like, that's so fucking weird. I do not have the link. If you're an asshole in the comments, and you're like, where's the link? I'm like, why would I have it? I didn't fucking bookmark it. I'm a console player, not a PC player. Find it on your own. Google it. I don't know. But, so I was like, okay, well, let me look this up. Cause like, it'd be fun to go back and platinum that. Cause like, I think some of the reasons I didn't platinum it were like, it seemed a little tedious, and my patience for tedium when trophy hunting is very different now than it was back then. I'm almost like a different person. It's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. You have no idea the lengths I'd go to get a platinum trophy now versus when I had like, I think when I was playing Shattered Dimensions, I had like 30 platinums. I have 264 now. I'm a different person. Like, so I was looking it up, and it was like, I was like 200 something. I was like, what the why is it so expensive? So then I went down that rabbit hole. I figured it out, and I was like, well, that's annoying. Well, let me look on eBay. I don't really shop on eBay. I usually just do Amazon, or I'll like do like official retailers. So let me take a look here. And I was like, okay, well, on eBay it's between like 70 and like 100. So I'm like, that's still expensive, but I'm like, it's not as bad. So I was like, all right, well, let me consider this. And I looked up. I looked it up, and I found one. I had found one that was like $70, but it's only the disc. And I was like, ew. Oh my god. I just realized I wasn't using the mod. I realized it because I realized my AP wasn't maxed. I'm so fucking annoyed right now. I have the program open. Like, I have it open. Hold on. I need to... it's not worth it. Who cares? I'm not going to do a window capture. I literally remembered to open the program, and I forgot to start it at the start screen. I'm so fucking pissed right now. Alright, so all that bragging that I was doing about Grandpa Moto, it wasn't real. I beat him in vanilla. Oh, that's so fucking annoying. Alright, so I'm pretty upset because I effectively got a fake win, but also I saved over that file, so I can't reload it. I can't. Oh, I'm so fucking annoyed. There's no way to revert. Here's the thing, okay? And this is my defense. Every other ROM hack, every other like mod that I play, it's just built into the ISO, or it's built into the like file. This is the only one I have to do where you have to open a separate program and then hit it at exactly the right time, which is the main screen. Like, I don't have to do this with any other mod, like not even Yu-Gi-Oh, like any other mod. I don't have to deal with this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really am. I like the run is I gotta throw it out. Like, this is a fake run now. I'm so annoyed. I know, phone. I agree. This sucks. I'm embarrassed. I'm like annoyed at myself. This is what happens when you take like a month off from recording too. I'm so sorry for, like, it's clearly now like an asterisk.
Is it a new?
But you...
Then you're not going to...
if you...
I don't know what he's talking about.
What would you like to do?
I think that was just like random dialogue. I'm trying to see if the shop is any different now that the mod is loaded. I don't think so. I think this is largely the same. Yeah, I mean, I think the shop's the same. I'm very upset with myself. I here's the options I have here. We can just call that match against Grandpa a wash, or I can reload a save, or not reload a save. I can't do that explicitly. I can't do that. So I could start a new game off screen and then play up to the Grandpa fight and try it again. But I'm gonna level with you. That seems like too much effort. The other thing that gave it away is that I couldn't access the other areas, but like I thought you're supposed to be able to do that in this ROM hack. Which is why I was a little confused. I'm like, I didn't catch it. Like I thought you were able to go back to previous stages. But maybe I was wrong about that? Cause like now it's gone. Maybe it's because I beat it without the mod being loaded? I don't know. Nothing makes sense anymore. If I like mess this up, I will replay it if I truly messed it up. But if it was just one match, then I'm gonna just plow ahead. I can't even blame stream. I was too much in my Spider-Man talk. Anyway, the conclusion of the Spider-Man talk is that I texted a couple different friends being like, should I buy this game for like $70 for just the disc or $90 to get it with like the proper case? And then both of them said the case. So I got that, and I got Edge of Time, which is the sequel I never played. The main reason is that Shattered Dimensions, you play as Amazing Spider-Man, you play as Ultimate Spider-Man in the Venom suit, which is already weird because he was only in the Venom suit for like one or two chapters in Ultimate Spider-Man, but whatever. And then there's Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man Noir. That was the first appearance I'd ever seen of those two. So it was very cool having played Shattered Dimensions and then seeing them in the Spider-Verse movie. The sequel apparently is just Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, but I never gave it a shot. It's got decent enough reviews, so I figured I might as well grab it. Web of Shadows, I don't really, because there's no trophy, I don't feel the need to own it, like, for my actual PS3. I'll just use an emulator for that one if I want to replay it. Same with the other Spider-Man games. Alright, I'm going to do this kind of quick just to see if Weevil's monsters are different. They should be. Oh yeah, I mean, look at fucking the MP is up to 600 now instead of 500. But also, maximum deployment is 5 instead of 6, which is interesting. I mean, this is why we keep a fire monster on hand, but I don't have one. Oh yeah, I do. We use Fire Reaper. I'm so annoyed at myself. I'll let you guys in the comments decide. I guess really it'll be up to the YouTube members to decide. I'll let them, because they'll see this video before everyone else does. So I'll let them decide if it's like they want me to restart or if I just move on. I am really upset, but it's like I cannot be more clear. It wasn't on purpose. If it was on purpose, I just wouldn't play the mod. I would just play it vanilla. Like, there's no reason for me to like set myself up like that. I should have known that was going to happen too. It happened with Teo when I went and did it in part 3, where I accidentally didn't load it at first, but like I just didn't catch it. Anyway, I spent $170 after shipping on 2 Spider-Man games. That's the reason I wanted to bring that up. My friends encouraged me though, so I think it's their fault. No, I didn't want to actually cancel the whole thing. What the fucking? Are you kidding me? Now I don't care. Just randomly place them. Whatever. Oh, they'll just like put it near the symbol. Interesting. Whatever. Oh, what a fuck up. I'm so annoyed. I think it sucks because I wanted to record more of these today. I think I will just plow through it, and I think that you'll support me in the end. I think you'll be like, Nick, you didn't do it on purpose. We forgive you. Or you'll be like, cancel the whole run. You fucked up, which is also fair. Yeah, interesting. Look at this. So he does change his monsters. He doesn't have Cockroach Knight anymore. I didn't really get a good look at what his other monsters were, but this does make more sense for Weevil. And plus, it's cool that you can just catch Larva Moth kind of early by just stealing it from Weevil. Just level 1. Okay. I kind of wish the monsters from the opponents you fight had like XP. Yeah, I forgot about the changed AP stuff. Oh, this sucks. I'm so annoyed. I'm so disappointed in myself, is the main thing. Yeah. So I bought those. They haven't gotten here yet, but I think that pretty much completes the PS3 collection because everything everything else I wanted either doesn't have a platinum, so I don't need it physically. I'll just play an emulated version, or I already own it, so I think I'm mostly all set. I did the only game I bought digitally when they first announced the PS3 store was going to close down before they walked that back. I did buy Yakuza Dead Souls, which is still exclusive to the PS3, which is strange. But I did buy that one because I was like, well, that's a game that I feel like I'd enjoy. Even though it runs like shit on the original PS3 because it's a fairly intensive game because there's a lot of enemies on screen. And they're not really used to making shooters, so it's it doesn't run super well, but I do still want to own it and maybe platinum it one day. But I could platinum the OG versions of Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 since those are also on PS3, and I think all of them except 3 were given out on PS Plus at some point. But I don't want to do that. not at the state I'm in now. Yakuza completions are disgusting. They're very, very, very long. I'm talking like 180-hour completions, like average. Some longer, some shorter. So I don't want to deal with that. So I don't feel a particular need to go that hard on those ones. I think the only ones I've completed 7, which is the RPG, but I've done that on PS4 and PS5. And then I've done 8, which is also an RPG. That one just came out a couple months ago. And then I've done I did Gaiden, the Man Who Erased His Name, which is like a quicker game. It's like a shorter version, so it's like there's less to do. And I did Yakuza 6, which is also kind of a shorter. That one's a full-size game, but it's shorter compared to the other Yakuza games. So I don't have the platinum for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or Dead Souls, or Ishin, which is the samurai spinoff. So, I also don't have the ones for Judgment or Lost Judgment. I've played all of them, but I don't have the platinums for them because again, they're long and annoying, and I don't want to deal with it. I do want to go for Yakuza 0. The thing holding me back from it is you need to play through the game on Legendary or whatever Dragon. I forget whatever the highest difficulty is. And I was doing a stream playthrough of that with my friend Spencer. And we haven't gone back to it in a while, but like I don't want to just play ahead without him instead. Oh, so this is a very good animation for Time Wizard. I like that a lot. But I don't want to like play ahead of him or play without him. So like I want to go back to streaming it, but then I have to find time for us to stream it, which is a whole fucking thing. So the Yakuza 0 Platinum just kind of is currently just lying in limbo. Oh, cool. Hey, you can see that I keep my alerts on. Oh, that is a good thing to bring up though. Also, hello, Idris Qureshi. If you're subscribing because of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum and you made it through to part 4, say hello in the comments. So I was doing a kind of a race to 5,000 subs because I've been hovering around it for a little bit. Like I've been like at 4,950. I've been for like maybe 2 or 3 months. I've been like hovering around there. So it was kind of a long wait to get to 5,000 subs, and then in a month I've gotten 75 subs. A lot of I think I've gotten like maybe like 30 in like the last like week since I released part 1 of Cats Monster Coliseum, so that's pretty cool. But I do think it's funny. I always think it's funny when I get like random bumps like that. But so my sub notifications have been going off for a couple days now. Not that I'm complaining about it. I think it's funny, but it's just like I leave OBS open sometimes, and so I just like it'll just like catch me. Like I'll just be like walking in my apartment or like sitting doing like work or something, and I'll just hear ding, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Ah. I'm like, oh right. I have a YouTube channel. I definitely played kind of fast and loose here, but I have so many monsters, and they're all pretty tough. So I was like, I don't care. I'd rather just go press the attack now. Gookibor is such a weird fucking monster. Oh, I don't like that. Don't move like that. Ugh. Also, isn't that bug's whole thing that it's just like bounces? Isn't that how they do the animation in the show? Like they had a reference point for that one and they just like ignored it.
If this keeps up,
ugh. Yeah, I don't think any of their other monsters can attack me. So it should be safe from them. I could try and go for his symbol here. I don't think I really need to. I think this is worse for me because my dark monster is about to become weakened because it's not going to be as dark on the field. I really wish I hadn't picked electric as my my symbol. I should have picked dark. It'd be much easier. But I think I said in the beginning that the reason I did do dark is that it is easier. I wanted to give myself more of a challenge. I think I'll let Time Wizard get the kill on Gookibor if I can. Yeah. Get that XP. Oh, but yeah, so I bought that, but the other game I bought that I didn't have is I ended up buying Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. So when I originally I played Metal Gear Solid 3 on PS2 because I skipped 1, I skipped 2, and I just played 3. I don't know why. I don't remember how what interested me enough to like take a risk on the game, but I fucking love MGS3, and it was an absolutely amazing introduction to the.
It's all part of my plan.
It was an excellent introduction to that series. And then I went back and played 2 and 4 before Metal Gear Solid 5 came out because I was like, you know what? I played, I'm kind of more interested in the series than I was before. Let me try and break into it a little bit more. And 2 I liked. I understand why people like 2. I didn't like it as much as some people do, but I was like, I get it. I get the hype. And then 4 I liked a lot, but also 4 is more story than game. And then 5 is more game than story, but I like them all. And then I'm currently going through Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time with some friends. We're also same with Spencer and Carlos. We're doing a playthrough of it. I think they're all members only because I'm kind of waiting until it's fully recorded before I start releasing it because the time between recordings is like months at a time.
This is not going according to plan.
You just said it was. But yeah, I don't want to I'm purposely not I'm purposely waiting so I don't so that people don't have to wait months in between parts for it'll just be weekly. What I was gonna say though, but yeah, and I also when I was going through the series, I didn't just skip 1. I watched a video for it instead of playing it because I was like, oh, it's a PS1 game. Who knows how well it's aged? And much like my evolution with Platinums, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll play a PS1 game. I don't give a shit. It holds up pretty well. But yeah, so I'd skip Peace Walker, which is basically the story I heard is that Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker I know it's on the PSP, and it was meant to be a prequel to the Metal Gear Solid series, but it was a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 3. If you know, you know. I don't have to explain it to you. It's Metal Gear Solid, whatever. But I don't know if this is true because I've never heard this in interviews, but I think Kojima wanted Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker to be Metal Gear Solid 5, but then Konami was like, you cannot release a full numbered title on the PSP, a portable system. You need to release it on a full system, which is I think what led to Metal Gear Solid 5. But it is really funny to think about But like, I don't know, for whatever reason I just skipped it when I was doing my like playthrough before 5, which is ridiculous because it basically introduces a lot of the systems that 5 uses. So like, I should have played it. And also, the story of 5 takes place like almost directly after Peace Walker, and it follows a bunch of Peace Walker characters. So I fucked up. But I do want to go back and play it soon. I think I'm gonna go for Infamous before I do that, because I want like an action game. And there's a lot of stealth in Peace Walker. But it just goes to show you, I shouldn't have fucking slept on it because I was like, oh, it's just a PSP game. Meanwhile, one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games was a PSP game, so I'm like, why did I like discount that? The PSP had so many fucking bangers. It had Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions too. Like, I don't know why I had this like prejudice in my head, but hopefully that's fixed. Hopefully we can move on without it. Okay, I don't need to use the Reaper here to attack Larva Moth, but it would go pretty hard against Gokibor, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and then one other thing I discovered about Metal Gear Solid that made me bummed out, because as you can see, a lot of my motivation for playing these games is based on platinums, because I need that dopamine hit. But it's also just because, like, if I'm gonna replay a game, I'd rather replay it for like a reason, because if I don't, then I'll just like, and those reasons are either platinums or I'm playing it for YouTube. Because if I just play a game because like, oh, I feel like playing this game again, I'll play it for like a couple hours and then put it down, which like doesn't sit right with me. Carlos, someone better be dead. Okay, he's talking about wedding stuff. His wedding. But I'm gonna ignore him. Because he solved his own problem in his text with me. He's like, is it cool we do this? And he goes, actually, wait, we can just do this. I'm like, okay, well, glad I could give you that input. Yeah, so like a lot of my motivation for replaying games or going back to play older games, like either there's like an incentive at the end of it with a trophy, or I can do it for YouTube or stuff. Sometimes both. But I was looking at it and was like, oh, I didn't realize this Metal Gear Solid 5 has a separate platinum for the PS3 version. Because like, you know, when the game came out, I was like, why would I play the version for the console that's worse than the console I have? But that platinum is actually impossible now, because there's a trophy in Metal Gear Solid 5 for invading someone else's base, which is only possible if the online still works, and the online, just for the PS3 version, the PS4 version still works, has been shut down. So that just means that platinum is impossible, which makes me sad. But you know, it is what it is. These things happen, but it'd be cooler if it wasn't, because then I could actually complete the series. Like I could get every single Metal Gear Platinum, but that's a lot now, because when they released the Metal Gear Solid collection on PS4, PS5, there were 2 versions of each of them. So like, there are 2 Platinums for MGS 1, 2, and 3 that they added on top of the ones that already existed for the Vita and the PS3. I think Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, there's 4 total platinums for them each, which is insane. There's one for PS3, one for Vita, and then one for PS4, one for PS5. I don't think I'm gonna go for Metal Gear Solid 2, at least not for a while, because like that one seems annoying. I don't like that game as much. I know that's heresy. Some people really like Metal Gear Solid 2, but I think because I played 3 first, 3 is my favorite. But I probably will try and go for 3, because that would mean I've platinumed Metal Gear Solid 3 4 times, which is really funny to me. Once I platinum a game more than 3 times, I'm like, this gets to the point where it's ridiculous, which like to me, very funny. Like for instance, I've platinumed Skyrim 4 times. PS3, PS4, PS5, and in PSVR. Like, I think, and like, to be clear, I fucking hate Skyrim now. Like, I liked it a lot the first time I played it. The second time I was like, oh, this is still pretty cool. And then when I was playing in VR, I was like, oh, this is cool, because you can, when you're using magic, you can just like look where you're aiming, or when you're doing like archery and stuff. That's pretty rad. But it's a long game to play in VR, especially for a full completion, because the trophy list is the same for all 4 versions. But then but like by the 4th time when I was playing on PS5, I was like, I don't think I like this game. I think I actually fucking hate Skyrim. It's like a mile wide and like a fucking foot deep. It's just like there's a lot of places to go, but everything is pretty much the same in all the places you go. So, you know, that's that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's my record for most platinums in a single game. It'd be cool if the record was tied with Metal Gear Solid 3. Because that's when I think I'd actually be like, no, this is a good platinum to have 4 times. Actually, I'm sure, I don't know what the platinum I have the most of is, but that's pretty up there. But yeah, I've been going back to that. There are other games I should be playing, like games that have like sequels or something coming out, like I should be catching up on Final Fantasy 14 because the new expansion is going to come out in like a month or 2. But I don't want to, because the wedding I was just talking about is the same weekend as the launch of the new expansion for Final Fantasy 14, which means that I won't be able to play it when it comes out. Like, I'll have to play it later, which kind of kills a little bit of the a little bit of the drive for it for me. It shouldn't, but it does. You know, not like I think of the 4 expansions, I played one of them like years late, and I played another one years late. But for 2 of them, including the last one, I played it right at launch, and it was so much more fun when like nobody knows what's going on yet, when like everyone's figuring out mechanics together. So
Don't give up, you.
I don't know. It's just like it.
I want to watch you squirm a little longer.
Ew. So it just bums me out. That's all. But we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. I've still got like a month to figure it out. And I could also just like play it when I go home. It's not like a crazy, like it's not that big of a barrier, but it is. Okay. So man, I wish that Summon Skull had killed you. It would have made this a lot easier because I'd have more attacks. Things aren't looking great here. I have an electric type or a thunder type, which you would think would mean that I'd have the advantage on these 2 water types, but the weakness chart doesn't work like that, which is insane. Or wait, does it? Am I crazy? No, I don't think it does, because there's 2 different charts. I think thunder and water are on different charts. I mean, even if I lose here, I think we keep the levels up, right? Or maybe I don't remember if I do or not.
You're angering me, Yugi. You shouldn't poke the hornet's nest.
So many bug puns. Yeah, no, thunder is not connected to water, which is disgusting. But sure. Which means that Shovel Crusher can't really come in here and save the day. We also have the same attack pattern, so he might just go from... Oh, actually, this is really annoying, because I left you in their path. Maybe I can kill this one here? That would definitely make my life easier if I could kill this one with this... Oh, I can, okay. I mean, Weevil was winning for a little bit. I think we can still handle this one. Here's what I'm going to do. If he goes for Shovel Crusher, I'll just try and kill him with the monsters I have left. But if he goes for Fire Reaper, I think I might just send Shovel Crusher toward Weevil's symbol. Because I don't think he can catch up to me in time, so I might just take it out that way. Also 69, nice, let's go. Also, this is the level 1 Shovel Crusher. What happened to the other one? I think Weevil knew things were looking bad because he's been slowly moving his piece over in the corner. Interesting choice here. Oh, it fucking one-shot. I hate that all their monsters are so jacked up. I might be able to kill this root water. I'll have to look at the math. Because if I can kill it in 2 hits, I'm at full health. Also, this is a pretty good animation for root water. Fucking 1 hit. God damn it. Oh, that's weird. Oh no, I guess it would have happened at the end of his turn. I was going to say, it's weird that happened after 1 monster attack. Oh, are you... Come on. This feels like cheating. What do you mean? Oh, it just started raining? Oh, okay, cool. Sick. Just in time for this water monster, huh? What a cool game. Just in time for this, like, make or break movement strategy. 143. Okay, I can defeat him in 2 attacks. The question is, can he defeat me in 1 attack? He doesn't have the advantage over me, but if he just one-shots me, then it's over. But I think we can do this. It should not have come down to be this close. All right. There's some very ominous thunder.
You're starting to bug me.
It's a pretty lazy one, all things considered. All right, it's make or break. I either win or I lose here. Regardless, the video is gonna end. Like, we're going pretty long. Oh, we got this. We got this. I wonder if the mod did change some of the relationships to have, like, more effect. This was close. I'm probably gonna have to lose on purpose against the next opponent so that I can get all my monsters back. It's such a weird mechanic that if the monster gets destroyed, it's not ready for the next battle.
Not defeated yet.
Because, like, you can either just lose on purpose to get them back, or just, like, I don't know, it just feels so strange. Oh, that's me. No. No, don't do this to me. Please tell me it didn't just go in the area that we're in.
I'll tear down.
Right? Okay, we're barely safe.
This will finish you.
Woo! Ugh. I think I wrote some of that stuff I talked about in my notes. So, which means I now have to delete them from my notes because I talked about them. Sometimes I write notes for my videos when sometimes I write notes for my videos to keep them interesting so that if I have, like, dead air, I have stuff to talk about. But this game, surprisingly, I have to focus on again.
This is a nightmare.
As evidenced by me almost losing and forgetting to use the mod. Boom, boom.
No! How could I lose?
Oh, you see, my pieces beat your pieces. Did that clear it up for you, Weevil?
Ha! A duel is never over until the very end.
Never more true than the duel we just had. Never more true. Hey, he said ah ha ha. He didn't say ah. That's bad subtitling. Oh, my post-game talk with Weevil was surprisingly short compared to the other ones. Just Shovel Crusher. Yeah, that tracks. I forget what happens when your symbol levels up. Oh, that's right. You can choose. Oh. Okay. So, effect strength, I think that's for a boost at Thunder monsters, but I think I want to go base AP so I can play more monsters faster. I think that's the one that makes more sense. Cool. I'll take Larva Moth. I feel like I'm gonna... Oh, okay, yeah, so he did... His root waters were different. So the one that we saved for last was the level 3 one, which makes more sense. That's why I was able to one-shot some of my monsters. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I think that's another successful video in the bag. Hey, I'm sorry about Grandpa. I really am. I think that sucks. I think I fucked that up, and I'm not happy about it. But we're gonna press on because I'm far enough in the game where I'm like, that's too annoying to restart. And also, I kind of just think most of you won't care. Like, it sucks that it happened, and I'm sure you preferred, like I did the other one, but it's not enough to be like, I'm not watching this series anymore. Ugh. And if it is, I didn't really want you to watch it anyway. you're too temperamental. You're gonna fall off eventually anyway. But hey, if you want to keep watching, that was really aggressive. I'm looking at my mic. Just that, like, hey, hey. If you want to see more, and you're like, hey Nick, it's still good. I'm still enjoying it, even though you fucked up. Let me know in the comments. Let me get that engagement so that we can trick YouTube into thinking I'm a better channel than I am. And you know, not for YouTube's sake, for my sake, like the video. I get happier when I see more likes on the video, and I'm like when I see a lot of likes on the video, I'm like, damn, I gotta record more of that one, because look how well it's doing. So, I say this every video, but again, you can hear why. If you want to see more of this, like the video. That's how I can look at it and be like, oh, people want more of that. I should record more of that. But yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next part. Bye-bye.